Good morning, everyone. Coming to you on a beautiful, what seems to be shaping up to be a beautiful May morning. And if we keep talking long enough here, I think the sun is going to come over Stedman Ridge right behind me as we speak. Just woke up, so I'm a little fuzzy, but it's always great to get up in the early morning and just see what the creation is bringing into our presence and how we're coming into the presence of the creation on a day like this. I'm back at the acronyms this morning, a fact which will surprise neither my cyclist friends nor my non-cyclist friends. And the acronym is LIGHT, light. And there it is, just coming up. And the L stands for look or looking. Something that both my riding friends and my non-riding friends will appreciate. You're always looking around you. You're always aware of what's happening around you. Not simply for safety, because that's important too, but really for deep appreciation. And I think we can't be looking enough. It's part of one of the basic practices of life. I, of course, stands for insight. When we look, when we see, looking and seeing are two different things. In some ways, looking is the physical activity. We're seeing the sun come up. We're looking, and the sun coming up is appearing to us, or the thing that's happening, the person that's in our presence, the person in whose presence we are. That's the seeing. That's the looking. But the seeing is a deeper aspect to this process. It's really about how the thing that's happening registers in our hearts, and that's deep seeing. That's deep insight. The G, of course, stands for grace. As I am a person in the Judeo-Christian tradition, it's a concept that we use a lot. Maybe we overuse sometimes without really unpacking it. But grace is a morning in May when I have the capacity to stand here as the sun comes up. Grace is a recovery from an illness. Grace is a dawning insight. Grace is the deepest kind of appreciation for our existence. And grace is also our recognition in our interactions with the lives of others that we can have an impact, that we can do and change and be in the world in ways that are deeply transformative. The H stands for heart. I'm reading a number of books right now. I won't mention them here on the channel, but I'll link them eventually below as I kind of come through them and really experience them on understanding. But I'm reading a number of books that deal with the concept of the truth warrior, or the justice warrior, or the faith warrior. And it's not really a concept of warfare. It's a concept that has to do with a deep sense of courage stemming from the heart. Drawing on the idea that when we have heart, when we engage our hearts, this is where our real substantive, compassion-filled interaction with the world begins. And the T stands for trust. Again, with a smiling tip of the hat to my cyclist friends, but also to my many friends who have never swung a leg over a bike. One of the things that you do when you're riding in a group on the road is you ride very close to one another. One cyclist rides close behind another cyclist, close behind another cyclist, close behind another. And it's really an exercise in deep trust, because obviously one slip up and you can cause an accident, you can be engaged in an accident, and bad things can happen. But it's also an experience riding close together like that allows us to practice this really deep sense of trust, because we are keeping ourselves and our friends safe, but we are also gaining in that experience both the the easier experience of pedaling, because it's much easier to pedal that way in a group and save our energy. But we're also getting to experience what it means to put our lives into the hands of someone else. And this is an incredible gift, an incredible privilege, really, that we are saying, for this one slice of time in the whole context of the world and experience, I'm putting myself in your hands. Now, trust is maybe one of the foundational elements to a livable and compassionate society. When you lose it, it can't be easily brought back. When you have it, when you experience it, when you practice it, it can be deeply revelatory. So LIGHT, light, walking in the light, being in the light, looking for insight, the grace that we experience as creatures of the creation in the world, the heart that it requires to be engaged in this creation, and the trust that is perhaps one of the most profound experiences of that pathway of light. So I hope you're experiencing this dawning day as I am, as a new beginning, a new opening, and the time to be our best in the world, to care for it, and to care for each other. So lots of love to you wherever you are, and hope to see you soon. Take care.